All right, everyone, welcome back to Who Gaming. I'm so glad to have you. As you can see, this isn't the Los Angeles Angels rebuild. I'm going to be starting two different series to run uh, concurrently not every other day. I can't promise that, but one day, one the other day. So this setup here is a draft to glory. So what it is I've only seen it done two times, but how this works is we take a team, which we've decided to take the Washington Nationals in a really hard conference. I wanted it to be a challenge. I didn't want to win the division fast, and we're still a long way away. I mean, you see improvement here, but we're still a long way away from being in a position where we will be a playoff team. How Draft to Glory works is there's only three ways that we can get players, only three. One is the draft, the MLB draft. We can get players through the MLB draft. The other is the Rule 5 draft, which for me, the Rule 5 draft is for drafting bench guys. So so the Rule 5 draft is for drafting bench role players and bullpen guys. For me personally, the draft is for getting pitchers usually. The first 3 years I've been getting hitters and pitchers because in the actual real people generated classes, I'm thinking 2026 should be our first um, completely made up draft class of OOTP system, and we should have different options. It's been really thin the last 2 years. 2023 we had a really good draft. 2024 we got a good player. 2025 we got two good players, which I'll review all those players later. And then the last way for us to get players is through the international free agent signing period. So as you can see, it's been a tough 3 years. You can see the coach's record is 178 and 308. I turned off coach firings that way we couldn't get fired, or not coach firings, manager firings. That way we couldn't get fired. Because it's going to take a while to get this team to where it can win. Year one, I probably could have won 60 games, be a little more if I would have uh called up some of the guys in AAA, but I didn't want to ruin AAA for the guys that I drafted because some of the guys I drafted went straight to AAA because everybody on this team, the original Washington team is completely gone at this point, except for one player. I actually just cut Steven Strasburg because he's a one star. I couldn't get anybody to take him, so I just cut him and said, "Get off the roster. You're just making us worse." And called in another guy, and I'll get the 35 million from him in 2 years. So that'll free up some space for us to get some contract extensions, hopefully through. But as you can see, we made an improvement. We made a 17 game improvement, which is good to see. It's better than being 65 back. 2023 must have been a pretty bad year for somebody considering we were only 35 back. But yeah, 65 games back last year. Only 32 this year. We're making major improvements. I'm just kidding. We're really not. We are improving a little bit. The Rule 5 draft has been pretty good to us. It's gotten us a few players that you see there. You see some retirees there from the team on the off season. Um, as we go home, you see, yeah, it's the loading screen there. I'm gonna show you all the players. I think all of these guys, except for maybe a few, have been Rule 5 picks. So this is pretty much the Rule 5 team right now. Um, so we'll go through it and we'll talk about what we've done and things like that. And the only way for a player to have stayed on our team is if they were already either drafted, signed, or a Rule 5 pick by Washington in real life. So guys like our top prospects, James Wood and the shortstop, I can't remember his name. Oh, CJ Abrams. We had to release him year one, which is what we did. Um, but yeah, I mean, this entire organization is nothing but guys or international free agent guys or Rule 5. So MLB draft Rule 5, things like that. As you guys can see, um, I've been holding off on calling some of our guys up that have been better draft picks because I want to call up a big group of them because I don't want to waste the major league time with these guys because these guys aren't going to re-sign with us because we're so bad. I've already tried, and their price ranges are just not an option for me at this point with how bad the team is. It makes no sense for me to offer 20 million to these guys off rip the way that we're playing right now. There, I mean, there's no point. Um, Philadelphia is a surprising downturn. I'm hoping that the draft lottery is pretty good to us because somehow we finished fourth in the NL for worst record. We're fourth worst on the records. Um, this guy was a Rule 5 pick, as you can see. He gave us a 1.1 WAR this season. We have stolen bases all the way up. Just been trying to draft speed guys just to try to get something going on offense, and it seems to be working. Our offense wasn't actually that terrible this year. Uh, Tyler Black, who I think can be a real piece for us, possibly a move to left field. Actually, no, that's not true because we have Cruz and the other guy. I forgot his name, but he's really good. He's better than Cruz is. Uh, we have Black at first base, but honestly, he may not be here too long. We might look to trade him out for money because the only trades we can make are for cash back, and that's it. So what I've been using the cash for is for international free agent market signings. If there's like a bunch of really good guys in one season, I'll go over and just take the penalty for it the next season. You see Damon Keith here with a 1.6 WAR, another Rule 5. You guys are going to notice this entire thing's none but Rule 5s, really. Luis Garcia, who actually is the only Washington Nationals product that was on the team at the start. As you can see, his history, Washington Nationals as an international free agent. So you can see he has been with the team. So that's why I didn't get rid of him. Was kind of glad to keep him because if you can tell, he hasn't been bad. I didn't have a shortstop last year due to the way that we were playing, and it put him at shortstop. And as you can tell, that was really bad. So it kind of lost some of his value, honestly, but I'm hoping just to keep him for the value that he has now in helping us um, this year, and he has high loyalty and high work ethic. So there's that. Honestly, he's probably the best player on the team. Eduardo Garcia, who I lied about Luis Garcia being the best player on the team right now. It's definitely this guy. A lot of strikeouts, but it's fine. He batted 277. He had a 3.4 WAR. As you can see, the defense isn't terrible. So the guy was definitely the best guy on our team this year, and I actually look forward to having him next year as well. Malcolm Nunez with the bat, 28 home runs, 85 RBIs, and this guy was also a Rule 5 draft pick, as you can tell. That's probably going to be every single person that we cover, just going to be honest. Alexander Vargas, sorry, not Vargas. That was great, wasn't it? Yeah, as you can tell, another Rule 5 2.0 WAR. Like I said, the batting actually wasn't bad. Blake Hunt, who's a still of a catcher, if you can find him, I actually got him. I drafted him once, traded him for cash, and then got him in the Rule 5 again. So we have a 2.6 WAR with him. Really cheap, honestly, with the contract and the salary right now. So 2.5 WAR with him, and then Jose Siri, who's had a really good year, which is good to see. 1 WAR, which is kind of surprising with his glove. He's really good. Um, with his glove. His bat played better than I thought it was going to. I actually would have thought his WAR would have been a little higher, so that's a little disappointing. Joe Gatto, who um, wasn't bad this year for a two-star guy. Is he our number one starter? Definitely he's not next year. We started him this year just because we didn't know what we had. Sean, which is probably the best Rule 5 pick we've made so far. Um, I think he's only had 1 year, but I really like what he was able to do for us. And he only has two pitches, yes, but he ate 162 innings for us, and he was solid. He wasn't terrible. So we'll take that from him. Michael Baez, who I actually can't wait to get him back to the bullpen because he was really good in the pen last year for us. Which, when I say really good, I mean like he was the best. He was the best guy in the pen last. How bad it was. That's how bad our pen was last year. So hopefully we'll get him back into the pen. I don't want him for long because of the extreme fly balls in this ballpark. Brendan Collins, who is the guy that was in the system already, who developed really, really well, which is good to see because we were going to need him to. 3.16 ERA. I think this guy is probably our number one next year, starting next year with what's his name? Uh, Sean, whatever his name is, behind him. Uh, Gomez, who I've seen be a really good player in other games. Uh, 4.8 last year. This will probably be our fifth starter. Said he only gotten 6 starts, but he was a follower this year, which will change that to he's a starter next year. Giovanni Moran, who has been okay in the pen, as you can see, he's a 4-star guy. Was a 2.5 when we got him. He's improved a lot. Ratings wise, 3.62 ERA. We love to see it. 12K per nine, which is good to see. If his slider was higher, he'd be probably at 14 or 15K per nine. Ron is not going to be in the setup next year. Again, I wasn't really heavily pushing this team at all. I really was just trying to get a base to where the team was decent and you guys weren't watching 50 and 103 for the first 2 years, which was absolutely horrible to watch and to sim. Jose Ferrer, who we're thinking is going to be really big for us with a 3.11 ERA, so that was good to see. I really like him. Matt Mason Don Dienberg, who actually I think this is a draft pick. So I think this is our first draft pick to make it to the major leagues, I believe. No, this is 2018, so this isn't even a guy that we've drafted. It's a guy that was in the national system. Wouldn't that have been sad if I clicked on him, the with that kind of stuff, and he wasn't part of the national system? I would have been kind of sad. Um, I would start this guy. I really would, but the if his control was a 40, I'd start him with a 35 control. I just can't justify doing it, so he's just a really good reliever for us to have. Cole Henry, who I was expecting to be better than what he is. I thought about having him start, but with a 5.5 ERA, I'm just not sure that he can. Um, so there's that. Cole Henry's a little bit of a disappointment, honestly. Espinosa with 3.78. I think this guy was a 2-star player at the start of the season. He is, and he did really well for us, as you can see, which is good to have. He ate a lot of innings too. So, and then that's really all I care to show you guys on that front. As we dive into our organization, you can see that there are pieces here. Is this World Series pieces? No. Is it the first wave of guys to come up? I believe so, but I just don't think we're ready quite yet. I think we need another strong draft next year. As you can see, they're more than ready. I mean, we're getting them MLB ready in AAA. I mean, he's already MLB ready, but we're getting him to pretty much his full potential in AAA. 346 average, as you can see, at 8.6 WAR. This guy was definitely the MVP in the AAA league. Round 5 pick, a great pick for us, by the way. Good steal there. Dylan Cruz, man, these guys are really ready for the majors. 303 with a 384 OBP. You see the 6 WAR, the 153 OPS, 53 home runs, and 120 RBIs. Like I said, don't jump down my throat, guys. I know those guys are MLB ready players, along with Tommy White, by the way, who we drafted this year, first pick overall. He wasn't as great as the other two, so we might give him another year to kind of figure it out just a little bit more before we call him up. Is he going to be a great player? I don't think so. Was he best player on the board? To me, he was at the impact that we wanted. We have a little bit of problem with 2 first basemen here. Who am I going to play? I'm not sure. Um, it kind of depends. Stovall was a 2024 first rounder. Second pick, Tommy White, who I think is the better player, was 2025 first round, first pick. So our first round pick's been pretty good, and apparently our fifth round pick was really good. Um, Quintana, I think, can be good too, but I don't know where we're going to play him with Cruz and Nevins ahead of him on the board. Do you like what he did though? Serta is just a Rule 5. I don't really care to show any of those. Christian Little, somebody that I think might be able to make an impact for us here soon on the major league level. He's a neutral type pitcher. The 6.94 ERA does worry me. Waiting for that movement and that control to get up a little higher. I'm thinking this guy will be a bullpen guy if if best comes if push comes to shove. He'll be a starter, and I hope that we can use him if we really need him. But I really want him to be a bullpen arm because I think he can thrive there. On the lower league side, as you can see, the higher league side isn't great, but it isn't bad. A lot of potential here in the lower parts. Now, are they going to be the same potential when they get to us? I don't know. Do we need them to be? We would want them to be, but we're just not sure. International guys are hard to figure out. Caden Sorrell, who I think will be a pretty good player for us as well when he gets developed. Again, the problem is we have so many outfielders and not enough outfield positions to play him at in the future. Henry Allen, who was a 3.5 star, he was a 5 star starting this year, so he's went down a little bit. Um, he really doesn't have anywhere to play. He's just a bat if he develops. I believe he'll develop the adaptability, whatever. Henry Allen, I think, will be able to develop. Henry Allen here, a second round pick 34 in the MLB draft. I think this guy will develop into a hitter. Where are we gonna play him? No idea. Um, I just drafted the bat, which probably wasn't a good idea at the time. Sergio Amaya, probably pronouncing his name wrong. High work ethic. God. Sergio, high work ethic with intelligence. 781 in rookie balls, not the best. Long way to go. He's a 16-year-old. Let's not expect too much from him. Sergio Sosa, who it's a little disappointing to see him down at a 4 star right now. Why are they playing him in center field? I don't know. He should be playing left. We'll get him back up to a 4.5 star. Like, no, we got him up to a 5 star. You see the high intelligence. We'll be waiting a little bit on his development because he doesn't have high work ethic, so he won't develop as fast. But I think this could be a solid player on the major league level for us. Alexis Padilla. How about number 4? Number 4 has a high work ethic. We're expecting really big things out of him as well. We need the bat to develop. Will he be able to play anywhere else? Probably not. So you can see we have a bunch of outfielders and not enough infield help. He might be able to play second, but mainly our infield helps actually came from the Rule 5 draft. Even in AAA, I think there's a Rule 5 draft guy who's playing there. Um, this system was looking a lot better a week ago before the regular season ended. Um, let's go visit the internationals. International side of things, you'll see a lot of prospects here. Sergio Aponte or Aponte. I would assume it's Aponte. Sergio Aponte, as we see, 17-year-old out of Venezuela, second baseman. Is he great defensively? No. Is his bat potentially going to be really good? Yes, and that's why we signed him. You can see a high adaptability with a high work ethic and a high intelligence. Just a really good player. I think this guy can be really, really good for us, a clubhouse leader, if you would. No problems, has high everything. This is a potential guy that we can build around the system. He's a long way away. We could see him in 6 years, maybe more before we actually see him. Another high guy. The only thing wrong with Guerrero is high greed, but I think we can work around that. 6'3", 190, young guy. Hopefully develop well with that work ethic and intelligence. This filter is knowledge, and I do that to see who needs to be scouted to get a full accurate report on them. I just did that. So let's clear the filter, and you'll see the whole system in the international side. Um, I go again. I told you we'd find some prospects here. Here they are. Mr. Arola is probably the closest to the major league level, and he's still a long way away, as you can tell. High loyalty, high adaptability, high work ethic. This is, if you guys couldn't tell, this is the number one farm system in all of baseball. 3 years of picking first and second in the MLB draft and taking a lot of Rule 5 guys and picking really good players late rounds in the Rule 5 draft actually pays off, believe it or not. Um, if you suck, you can get really good players, which is what we've done. I think we've got three cornerstones to the franchise. Stovall, I think, may have been a miss. He's really good, but I just don't know where to play him. Maybe DH him. So maybe Stovall won't be a miss. Nevins was a hit, so it's more like we were 3 for 3. We're 2 for 3 on first rounders. Really good pick of Spencer Nevins on the back end, which was good to see. And I think we have a chance to start seeing this team really start to improve. The bullpen, I think, should be pretty good next year um, as we get everything in. I'm 20 minutes in to telling you about this team. So this will be for the episode 1 of the series. This is Draft to Glory. We are going to try to win it all with the Washington Nationals. And then after this series is over, I'm going to be trying to think of other challenges that I can do. Maybe um, I don't know, maybe Rule 5 only or something like that. That would be pretty hard, actually, a Rule 5 draft only. It'd take you a few years to build the system to even, sorry guys, it'd take you a few years to even build the system to where it would can, like, even be. God, man, that'd be a challenge and a half. I honestly can't really think of any other challenges. So if there's any challenges that you guys want to see me on this channel, we will still be running the Angel series. Like I said, we're just going to be going kind of every other episode. One Angels, one Draft to Glory, and then if this goes well, we might do a Draft to Glory with a high market team and see if we can get it done faster, or a low market team and see when we can get that done. Low market team would be pretty hard because you can't really invest everything in scouting for international and minor league guys because you don't have much money and you want to be able to develop the guys that you do get. So that would be a little hard. It's honestly a little challenging with the Nationals. Um, what is our? Oh, this is actually doing it with a low budget team because apparently we're tied for 29th for the lowest budget and we're 30th in payroll and we just went 70 and 92. So I guess something right, huh? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to bring you this challenge series. Like I said, if there's any other challenges that you guys want to see, drop them down in the comments below, and I will get to doing them after we finish this one with the Washington Nationals. I can't wait to show you and to progress through the series with you. I'm expecting big things out of the three guys that we showed in AAA. Expecting big things out of the guys in the international market. We need to find some pitchers. That's really big. We need to find some starters. We have two starters that I'm confident in. The rest are kind of crap. So, yep, we're a long way to go. So this is episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll bring the Rule 5 tomorrow, the MLB draft tomorrow. We actually might watch a game too. I kind of want to get into that. Maybe do like a little live commentary of the baseball game, show you the highlights or something like that in the game. It'll probably be when Brendan Collins is pitching next year. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring that to you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get to us to the Rule 5 and start making picks, but I wanted to give you guys an overlay of the team and everything that's going on. You see, the Braves are really good. We're really crap. We're trying to get to the what the Braves do. We can't trade like Atlanta does, but we're going to try to build our system through the bottom, sign cheap contract extensions with our better players in the bottom of the system when we start winning and they start to love us. And then we'll start trading off the older guys who don't want to stay anymore, bring up other guys into the AAA system. So this makes it really hard. We have to hit on our draft picks. We have to hit on our international signings. We have to get really good Rule 5s to accommodate for everything else. So it's a challenge, but I think it's something that we can do, and I think we can win a World Series. Uh, I don't want to make any promises. Maybe 10 seasons in, we're in season 3. episode 1. So episode 2 will be out um, after the Angels episode, I think 8. So, like I said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Thank you for just tuning in and spending 27 minutes watching this video. Thank you guys so much. Peace.